Anytime somebody acts surprised the camera's there, they're full of shit. Just a fact, filming fact. I've done it. Just do it for kind of effect. You're like, oh, hey, there you are. It means you're playing on your full of crap. But today is going to be the scissors I've been using. There they are. A clutch cutting. And not just any clutch cutting. We're going to be cutting two clutches. So clutch 2111 and clutch 2112. 2111 has pip, 2112 has not. They were laid on the same date. Well, at least we pulled them on the same date. These got pulled while I was on vacation when I was running around in the Black Hills of South Dakota, following some of the same footsteps as, not very long, because he didn't live there very long, but, Wild Bill Hickok, some of those people like that, and going and checking out some really cool scenery again, like the Badlands and whatnot. So while I was gone, Jeff was coming and checking things out. He found two clutches. He pulled them. I pulled two more when I got home. These are the two he pulled. So it is time to cut these bad boys and see what we got. And then you'll get your normal video, hopefully, if all things go well. Man, I got to get a haircut. My hair's getting long. They did. I was actually there for that. I'll get your normal video to you hopefully tomorrow. Somebody said K-State looked great. I actually got to go to that game yesterday. Dallas is probably, 8 hours for us. So the wife and I drove down there on Friday after I snuck out of work a little early. We drove down. I've got family there. We stayed at my cousin's house. All four of us went to the game. I think I posted a picture of us on Patreon doing that. And then, went there, watched the game. They did look great. It was a fun time. It was a blast. What a great way to start the season. Sorry if you're a Stanford fan. I actually expected it to be a really close, good game. I did not expect the type of... it was pretty well dominating. The score was 24-7, but it wasn't that close of a game if you follow football. It could have been a lot worse than that. It was a pretty lopsided performance on the good end. So they look good. I was really happy. So, congratulations to those boys there. Stanford, keep plugging. I think you guys will get there. Settle on a quarterback, let the other one rest, and I think it'll be good to go. But that's probably why I'm not a football coach and they are, because they know more than me. So we're going to start with cutting. Yes, I agree with Martok. Hit that like button. It actually really does help us. So if you don't mind hitting that like button, if you haven't subscribed, please do that as well. Obviously, if you're here by now, you probably are subscribed. Let's be honest. If you're subscribed, you should be liking this, right? Help us push the numbers up. Help us get there. We really want to get to the 100,000. That's always been a goal since we started taking off. So help us do that. Clutch number 11. Let's start with that, and then I'll get into what clutch 12 is. So clutch 11. And the last video we just posted, I actually got to watch it today while I was driving. Was kind of really, I was more listening to it, was the clutch the clutch update about the freeways. So I was really excited about those, still am. They're doing awesome, all of them. So I hope you enjoyed that. And that follows up our baby ones about the bananas, which was really, really cool. I do need that purple Lambo. I just got to sell a lot more snakes. Actually, I'll be honest, if I was in today's age going to go full-blown exotic, like money didn't matter, it's going to go buy me like a straight-up true exotic, I would have a hard time not going purple McLaren. And I know. Buying an English car is always a little scary because they have a very, very sketchy history for reliability on pretty much any English company. But I've been driving Mopar for a few years. I think I'm ready. So I probably would really look at one of those. They're pretty awesome. Although, I've gotten to set in an Aventador before, and damn, that's all you can really say. It was pretty cool. But let's go ahead and cut these guys. So clutch 11. Oh, God, I think you made me forget. So, hold on. I think I got it. I got to look at it again just to make sure I'm telling you right. Yes. So what we're looking at here is our Calibi. So this is her first time she's ever laid a clutch. She's in-house raised. I love Calico. I love Calico with like pastel. I mean, you've seen me work out. People told you before Calico coming. So this is our Calibi. So pastel Calico Spider bred to our super pastel Exanthic. So everything across the board is going to have at least pastel. We're going to be looking for some killer Calibis is what we're really looking for. I'm also looking for some super pastel Calico stuff. Would be awesome. And everything's going to be het Exanthic. So the het Exanthic on this really is just a bonus. I'm not necessarily sure I'll keep anything that out of this because of that. I got my Calico or my Calico Pastel het Exanthic at minimum, probably with Blitz in there. Thanks, Dennis. I know you always look out for me. And that dude, one of our best supporters right there is Dennis. So, but I'm excited about this clutch because if I keep anything, it's going to be like a super pastel Calico just because I want it. And then the het Exanthic portion would just be like bonus. So without further ado, and don't worry, the next clutch also Axanthic stuff. Let's get to cutting. You'll see a bunch of these have pipped. So let me try to get this set up the best way we can for you here. Oh, that's not what you want. You want. So let's go to that. And again, a lot of times while I'm cutting, I'll be able to see a lot of the comments. So bear with me. As you can see, pipped, pipped, pipped. So there's a lot of pipping going on. But let's go ahead and see if we can't open these up a little further for you and for me. And again, in the egg, I'm not going to usually go too crazy, so we may not know exactly what we're looking at. This is a weird angle to cut on. But we'll do it nice and safe. So what we're looking at here appears to be, well, let me get that cut a little more. Man, that's a big old baby right there. Definitely got bumblebee going on. I don't know if we got any calico in that one. Good reaction. Nice and clean. Nice and light color. Have to kind of see how it gets out. See the head. Know if we maybe got kill or anything like that. Yes, everything will be SK line, somebody asked. So definitely got bumblebee going on there. But, you know, and there will be nothing visual. All 100% pure head. So let's go ahead and go over here. If there's a visual, I'm going to be really surprised. I'd be very happy. But that would be like totally unaccounted for. I say that, and then look at this. We have a visual. No, I'm kidding. Or, yeah, I'm kidding. Cut your little flap here. Now, when you first look at this, you may say, hey, you're not kidding, right? You're going to see a lot of white in there. But that's the calico at play here. So this one has definitely got the calico showing in there. So we definitely hit it there. I can see in the pattern back there how funny it gets back there. Definitely there. Now, I'm really looking forward to these. I definitely want to compare that to the one that we had that may have the Blitz that we think is probably all three. So I can just take a nice look and compare several pastel calicos to that to kind of see what I'm seeing, to make sure I'm confirming what I think I'm seeing and not just seeing funky pastel and being hopeful, because it does make the pattern funky. You can see it floating right there, but it's definitely different. So far, I'm feeling pretty good about what I'm seeing in here and what I'm seeing in the Blitz one being totally different. So let's move on. We're going to cut this other one that's been pipped next. Sorry, good shot of the back of my hand. It won't last too long, I promise. Feisty little guy. So let's see what we got into this one. Now this one's been pushed up against the side, so I'll probably end up moving it and getting a little more room. Oh, son. Yes. So what we have here is definitely Killer Bee. So this is, let me cut a little more of this one out, because this is might be the coup de grace. It's going to be hard to say for sure until I get that thing out and get a really good chance to look at it. But you can see on the head, Killer Bees with no doubt. I'm going to guess, I'm going to be very hopeful that we have the whole enchilada there. By whole enchilada, I mean we also would have the calico, but I won't know yet. But it's looking pretty good. Definitely alive, doing good. So we'll see when that thing's all out. We can really inspect it, but definitely Killer Bee at minimum. So far, Killer Bee, Bumblebee, what I think is pastel. So one super pastel, one pastel spider. Spiders all across the board, except for this one we're doing really good on the odds. And again, I'll head Axanthic. Now let's go here and just start working our way around. Bam, looky there. And what I'm seeing for sure is, you see how blush this is? Okay. That is a good sign of the Killer Bee. And you can see how much reduction there is in that going down the sides. I'm more confident in this one being all of them than this one. This is very likely, I mean, I'm seeing a few things, but Killer Bee is going to be funny. Here, especially when you start playing with hets in there, here it's looking like pretty good odds. So the chances of having a Killer Bee calico head Axanthic are going up and up and up. Let's see if we can keep cutting. I got two Killer Bees. Obviously, we want more than that. We want as many as we can have. Take all the multiple genes I can have. But mostly what I care about is healthy, 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 healthy. And here you go again. I can tell looking at that. I'll have to keep an eye on there. I'll tell you what I'm looking at here in a second. But we definitely have pastel calico in there. No doubt in my mind. The pattern wonkiness is giving that away right there at the bottom. Pretty certain of that. Is it a super? Don't know until I see the head. And I can see all the white in here. But you can see a little funny bend there. I think it's the way, pretty certain that's the way the snake is laying, but I'll definitely want to inspect that one when it's out, just to make sure it's not a little bit of a spinal kink there. I wonder why you're sounding hoarse. I might have been yelling a lot. Here's a head on that bumblebee. Nice. But I don't think it is, but definitely something I want to look at. And you'll see that when they're in the egg a lot of times. I mean, if you have one that's really severe, usually you can tell in the egg. But that looks mostly like just the way it's laying. It has a little funny indentation there. That's a nice looking snake right there, too. And again, calico's really coming through in a lot of them. Calico is here, no doubt about it. I wouldn't be surprised when I see the head on that one if it's not really blushed out, really nice. Going to be super nice right there. Really digging that. So again, more calico. One more to go. Let's hit one more killer bee, right? Last egg of this clutch. Remember, we're going to do another clutch right after this, so stick with me. Man, I'm thinking back to like my first time doing this and how nervous I was. And now it's like pretty used to doing it. Wow, that's funky. So what we're seeing right here is, so this is the one that can throw you off in the egg. You're going to see this really thick line. That's really thick. Almost looks like, well, spider's there, but I don't think spider's actually there. I think we're seeing the back portion of a snake. And I would be surprised, actually, if this ends up having spider. It could. But most likely, and see those patterns there are going to tell you it's not looking spidery. What you do have is causing that is the calico. So the calico genes came through very, very strong for us in this. I mean, this one may color up and not show calico. Now it's going to. We have one I know that's not showing. One I don't think is showing calico. The rest I think are, if memory serves. So really good odds. I'll take it. Man, can't beat that. Well, let's go ahead and move right in to the next clutch here. Kind of show you what I do once I cut these. In a perfect world, I just lift that out. All right, some of the dirt shaking through. It won't matter now. These things, I mean, they're going to be pretty hard to hurt now, but I don't want them to get the head stuck on the grating or anything like that. So I take it out, put the eggs direct, They get a little moisture on them now. It ain't going to hurt or past that point. This goes set up for laundry later. These guys go back in the cooker to crawl out. Let's move on to clutch 12. Now, none of these have pipped on their own. We're still going to cut them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that one, by the way, was 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't remember the exact number later. I want to say these were both 7 egg clutches. I will find out for you when we're done if you want. If any, we may have lost one, but I don't think we've lost any of these eggs, which we haven't lost very many eggs this year at all. So what is this one? Well, this one's going to be really simple. This is going to be our pastel het axanthic female. So our big girl Pandora. Now, she did have a few slugs. So we got 7 eggs. This was the fertile part. I think we had maybe 2 or 3 slugs in there because usually there's a bigger clutch. She was bred to 2 different males this year. She was bred to Zeus, and she was bred to our super pastel axanthic. Both were visual axanthics. One is a zebra bee. One's a super pastel axanthic. Should be easy to tell who the dad is. If we have a dual-sided clutch, it really ain't going to matter because the recessive's there no matter what. We just had to rotate Zeus out. And then, unfortunately, he went downhill, and we were not able to save him, which was kind of heartbreaking. Kind of. It totally was heartbreaking. So let's cut these guys and see what we got now. I'm really excited about this clutch. Whoa, why is that happening? Hold on. Whatever reason, my thing is not liking what I'm doing to it. It's getting hot. There, it's set up. Okay, don't get hot. Shut off. My gimbal got like overheated and just went to hell in a handbasket on me. I don't know why. If it does that again, I'll try to fix it. I don't know what I would do, but we'll figure it out. What we're really looking for here is, I mean, we could hit a killer zebra here. That would be the top of the thing we could hit. Uh, but we're looking for visual exanthics especially. All right, y'all. So we're going to have to try something a little bit different. I don't know why this thing keeps doing that. It is just being difficult. Maybe if I leave it like that. I'm not sure what his major problem is. But this one here, I cannot see the side of it enough to tell right yet. Oh, what do we got there? Man, oh man. What we have here is an upside down snake that's not spider. And I really can't say for sure 100% what I'm looking at because the albumin, and there's nothing turned up. So, don't know. But we're seeing pastel. So, I do know that. Just from some of the things I'm seeing, I'm pretty confident in it. So far, can't show that Zeus is a dad. And it's almost looking like the super pastel exanthic may very well be the dad, because here is, for y'all, another, well, wait a minute, let me get this thing up here and take a look at it. Yep, that is a pastel, not visual, so pastel head exanthic. So far I've got one that's not visual, one I'm not feeling real good about being visual. It's time to hit some visuals. It just is, y'all. It just is. Hey. Now that is looking a lot better. So we've cut 3 eggs. I'm seeing no evident spiders, so I'm starting to lean towards the super pastel exanthic being the dad. If I could see the head on this one well, I might be able to confirm that, but I cannot. So, but that does appear to be visual exanthics. We were getting on the board. That's finally good, right? Non-visual there. So we may have 2 and 2, we may have 3 and 1. That means we're going to get 3 visuals in a row. Probably not, but hey, it's good to dream, right? Whoa. What I'm saying whoa about is a really nice blushed out spot, right there. But again, not seeing visual there. Looks super pastel-y, but not visual super pastel-y. Roar! Come on, give me these last 2, y'all. The people want to see visual exanthics. They don't want to see all heads. This is one of the reasons why we do this live, though. Like back in the day when I first got to rolling, and by rolling I meant, I wasn't producing a lot of stuff, but I was doing a lot of video watching back then, more so than I do now. People would only show when things went really well. They wouldn't show things like this where, hey, all the babies are healthy, so I really don't have a complaint. Everything's looking good in the egg. See another non-visual. But you wouldn't see them miss the odds. You start having this impression that all these people do is crush the odds and it goes great every time. And then if you don't have that happen, you start feeling like shit. But the facts are you're not going to crush the odds every time. You will sometimes, you won't sometimes. That's why they're odds. They're out of your control. Nothing you can do about it. Not a lot you can do to change it other than what breeders are using, which is not cheating the odds. I mean, it's changing the odds. Obviously, like when we did our freeway clutch, we knew we were going to get all super forms, whether it was freeways or ivories, because we cheated, right? cheated the odds a little bit. And again, another non-visual. So we have one visual, maybe two visuals in the whole clutch. This one being the visual there for sure. This one was the one I could not tell on right now. No, it wasn't. I could tell on pretty easy. I think it was this one. Or was it this one? It was this one. So let me cut down a little further. Just kind of see if I can't get an idea. Not visual. So yeah, we're going to get one. Let me flip that around. We're going to get one visual in all of that. And you're going to have that happen. It's going to happen to me. It's going to happen to you sometimes if you're running hets. You know, I mean, that's the thing. So it's like, oh, you're saying people can't be successful. No, I'm saying if you're running hets, that's the odds. Sometimes it ain't going to play in your favor. The clutch is still going to do fine. It's still going to make money. It's still going to be worth value. It's just not going to be worth as much value as if it was 3-3 or 4-2. So be like, well, why do you still breed hets? It's really simple. Why I still breed hets. Yeah, I don't think Zeus was a dad, Lindsay, but fact of the matter is, I've got babies from him. So, his bloodline, and I made him, so I still have his parents. As a matter of fact, this was his mom. So, the bloodline is still going here. It's not lost at all. I have a really, really nice zebra bee that I'm growing up as a female that I kept from him. And then, of course, we brought in new blood with our killer bee zebra. Our killer zebra bee. Yeah. So, I mean, we're good. And we'll have some more Xanthic stuff, I do think. One is better than none, right? No, I agree. I definitely agree. And the people are like, well, why are you still using hets? Well, there's this big blank spot right there. You don't see a big blank spot right there. You don't see. So until those are full of racks and full of females, right? Why would I part with a female who produces 7 to 10 eggs a year like clockwork? I'm not going to. I would rather have that production. And I'm going to continue to have that production for as long as I can. And then when my racks are full and I need to move new females in, then you'll start to see me part with other females. But that won't be for a while. Because again, we do a controlled growth. We want our growth to be at a certain rate. Now that's my plan. Your plan may be different. That's fine. And the reason for that is because I've got to finish out my retirement. Like, I have to do that. It was a goal set in life. And I'm going to do that. Unless I get mutilated before then, which I highly doubt. So, that is that. So one clutch, we did really, really good on the odds. One clutch, we did really, really shitty on the odds. So as you can see, it's just, this is this kind of thing in a nutshell, right? I mean, you're going to have really great odds. You're going to have really bad odds. The things to look for when you breed, if you're going to measure yourself, and then I'm going to say this, and then I'll probably jump over to Patreon here in a few minutes and talk with him for a while. Then I'm going to go home and have dinner with my wife. She's making me just literally got home. I haven't even been home yet. I got home this weekend, drove straight here because I had to drop her off in her car because she was in town to leave. So I haven't even set foot in my house yet. And then I'm going to go home and do that. And again, that's part of it too. Like, that's part of the work. There was a lot said like, oh, you don't think people can succeed. That's the furthest thing from the truth I've ever heard. I'll be blunt, and let me say it if anybody doubts it. I think anybody who gets into this has the ability to succeed. I really, truly do. I think they can succeed at any level they want. But you have to understand, too, what that's going to take at different levels. One thing it will not be, right? It will not be like scratching a lottery ticket. I mean, sometimes it is. You get that red snake. But for the most part, this isn't a scam. This isn't a pyramid scheme, where they come in and tell you, hey, buy this drink and drink this drink and sell this drink to your friends and you'll be a millionaire. What's up, Chris Hardwick? And I bet Chris will attest to this with me here in a minute. If you're going to succeed in this as a business, it's going to take this one thing. It's one thing above all else, right? And that one thing it's going to take above all else is work. It's going to take work. And the people who I tell, look, this isn't going to work for you, unless you change how you're looking at things, or the people that come in and tell me, oh man, this is going to be easy. I'm just going to go make easy money. It's going to be money all the time, party all the time, super, super easy, and it's going to be nothing. I'm just going to kind of half-ass do this and boom, make a ton. Negative. You're going to work. And if you're willing to work and you're willing to put in the effort and the passion, then you will and can succeed. You hear me on that? Is that clear enough? Let me say it again in case because I know there are a few people out there who tend to watch this and try to like twist things. And I'm not referring to anyone. There's several now because of that. Like, it's just people how they are. If you're willing to work, then it is a lot more work. Then you can succeed, right? If you're not willing to work, if you're not willing to put in the effort that it takes, if you're not willing to do those things, you won't. But here's the newsflash for anybody that thinks that's harsh, right? That's life for 95% of things you do. Yeah, there's going to be those people that don't have. There's going to be those people that get lucky. There's going to be those trust fund babies, there's going to be those people. We all know one or two of them. They exist. They're out there. But hoping that that's you, that's like buying a lottery ticket. I mean, if that's your job plan. It's going to be easy. I'll just buy a lottery ticket with it. That's not how it's going to be for most people. You're going to have to put in the effort, folks. And I know if you're watching me, I know that you've heard me say things like that before, unless you're new to this channel. And I know that's what I believe. And so there it is. Work is the key. Work and sticking together, man. Like, we're all going to help each other out. We're going to pick each other up when we're down, when things go wrong or go good. And it's going to take work. But work ain't bad. Like, work isn't a dirty word. Like, I like to come here and I like to work. I can tell you time and time again. Today's an example. Man, today I have been in a car for about 10 hours total. It's 8-hour drive. I got to stop for gas. I get a little food, pee breaks, dog breaks, whatever. I can't hardly talk because I blew my voice out screaming at the game, which is wonderful. I've had a great weekend. But do I feel like walking in this house and doing this right now? Hell no, I don't. I want to go home. But the minute I walk in the door and the minute I open the incubator and I saw that pit, instead of going, fuck, now I got to film this. I'm like, hell yeah, man, I got babies hatching. Whole outlook, whole personality, whole attitude changes. It's still work, but it's work I like. Work is good. Work is not a bad thing. So be prepared to work, and you can go wherever you want. And that's in any career you take. I don't care what it is, man. It's just usually how it works. What did we cut today? Somebody asked, and I'm going to hop over to Patreon and kind of talk about these two clutches a little bit and give you a little bit of a hint what's next and a little bit of a hint what's coming up. So what we cut today was a Calabi, which I love my Calabi stuff, bred to a super pastel Axanthic, and then also a Pandora, which is my head Axanthic girl, bred to a super pastel Axanthic. So they both went at the same time. And it says there's work that is majority of us hate, making someone else rich. And then there's work, for a passion for something you love doing. I agree. That is something I totally agree with. I haven't done a lot of work making other people rich. That's not been anything I've done very often. I mean, other than like when I was in high school, my work has all been community-based. And now not everybody sees my work as community-based, but I got into it to make where I live better, to make, to be involved with people. So it's always work I've been proud to do. And I've worked very hard at it over the years doing different things with it. And then I got into this, and I didn't really get into this to make me rich. Like I said, I got into supplement retirement. Now it's kind of grown, and it's accelerated to push that to an earlier day. It has done that because it's pretty awesome, along with taking something different because it's just time, which will be working to make somebody else richer, I guess, or a major corporation. But I'll also be working for myself on this, so I don't care. And I'll get a supplement retirement check in about 10 years and really not give a shit. But yes, it's definitely more fun to work for yourself than it is to work to make somebody else rich. Absolutely. Use your skills and talents for yourself if you can. There's more risk in that, but it just, there is in some ways. But it's great. So, work it is, right? New breeder here. Just picked up an adult female lemon blast breed to my pastel. Eggs will be coming soon, I hope. So let's see here. And that is Cody Keene. Welcome, Cody. And then Dennis said, love to see the baby snakes. Love to see all the snakes, but baby snakes are so fun. They are. So, Cody, one thing I want to look at here really quick. You said you got an adult female lemon blast bred to a pastel. So you're looking for some, hopefully, right, some killer blast. I'll tell you, interesting thing about those. So I like I say, we made our first clutch in 15. So we're about 6 years into this making babies. That's it, for whatever else has been said, that's factual. You can go back and look at it if people want to. The evidence is there. But one of the things I tried to make for a while were those. I tried to make spinners, and I just could not make a damn spinner. And then we finally hit a bunch of spinner killer blasts and things like that. So it really was a lot of fun. And it was one of those, they're cool to make. So I really hope you hit one. They come out looking awesome. And if you have that gold snake, that first gold snake, right? When you hit it, it's special. And even though you're not talking about a big money snake, you're not talking about some 18 Jane, $20,000 snake or whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm telling you, if you hit that, it's going to be special for you. Now, she don't look the best because she's in shed. And she's got a really big meal in her. But this was my first gold snake I hit. This is a killer bee. She is gorgeous, even in shed. And she has always held a special place in my heart because it was the first time I hit the end of the project. So what I would say is stick with it, brother. You're gonna get it. If it's not this year, it'll be soon. Just don't give up that hope. And the spider. So you're gonna look for those spinners, aren't you? That's awesome. All right, guys. I gotta read Shar because Shar, Steven, like I say, Steven's always been great to me. For me, it was super fire and hit 2 on my first clutch. Now I'll probably never hit one again. I'm sure you will, and it is. So you can confirm for me what I'm telling Cody, right? It is this like bam moment when you hit that first gold snake. I think especially if you are doing this not solely as a money thing. Right. I mean, if you're doing it solely as a money thing, I think people, and there are people who do, they look at it and it's just this equals this. This is going to equal this, and this is going to equal this. But if you're doing it as that business aspect, but also because you just want to do it, you're into it, like you love it. Then when you hit those goals, it is a life-changing experience. And the first goal only happens once, but all of those things that you make where you're like, hey, this is my end result. They're all super special. So stick with it. You're going to have a blast. And then I see I'm currently looking for a female to breed to my super dragonfly. I'm trying to remember what goes into a dragonfly. There's so many names out there that I started getting away from the names. Although I just said, killer spinner and shit like that. And just try to recite genes because otherwise I screw it up. I mean, obviously with super dragonfly, it'd be super fly. Or no, firefly, something super, I don't remember. But I don't think you can go wrong. So working with supers, it's hard to go wrong. First gold snake was banana pin, and I still get goofy every time I hit one. There it is. So you got multiple people telling you that you are on your way to something special. All right, guys, let me hop up off here so I can sign over to Patreon for a little while because my wife's telling me dinner is going to be served here in a few minutes, and I want to definitely spend a little time with them before I go get that. All right, guys, thank you so much. We'll see y'all next time.